break the $6,000 bank. Is this one of them? Or is it this one? Or this one? We'll find out in a moment in this game of hide and seek as these 9 celebrities: Gabe Pagoda, Alice Coakley, Joanne Lowe, Dick Godier, Dan Murray, Linda Carter, Torres, Robert Hedges, and all join us in playing
Not too bad. It's a little behind.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to Breaking Out.
The chat delay is not long, Emery's. The video on the playback seems to be long behind, so we shall see. Yeah, give or take about 5 to 10 seconds, I think. At least at the moment. We're going to see if it gets worse. Like I said, right now, I know the video playback on the player is just under 1 minute. So, I got a timer for that. So, that's cool. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to List Wits. Welcome to YouTube. It is official starting tonight. Ustream I'm done with, which means I got to go change the logo on the shirts before I take them over to the guy on Saturday. Hopefully I'll have time to do that tomorrow when I get in from bowling while I'm watching a few people streaming. We are dropping Ustream altogether. I know a bunch of people are saying that I should slow down, but like I said, somebody's got to take the plunge. I pray they don't spill the beer, and that person is going to be, I'm going to be one of them. But hey, Turtle, how we doing tonight? Yep, chat is definitely running a lot faster with YouTube. Like I said, I've got tired of Ustream screwing up all my games by running really slow. I can live with the 10 to 15 second delay, and I figure if I get more people in, it'll probably go a little bit longer, as long as it doesn't hit that 4-minute mark. That was getting ridiculous. And like I said, according to a few people, I was the only one getting hit by it, which had me thinking it was possibly Charter being a problem, because I sat down and watched NXT yesterday, and the feed was not great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So I didn't know whether or not to blame Charter or not. I wanted to. But as you guys can see tonight, we are defending my boys. Go Astros, that's all I'm going to say. The last time I looked, we were up 3-1, but we were in the middle of a rain delay in the second inning. So hopefully that doesn't screw up my boys tonight. I'm wearing this tonight, and I'm probably going to wear it to the office tomorrow. Everybody else is Cardinal and Cubs fans, and I know they're going to be rocking their stuff. I want to rock the real team. That's me. I want to rock the real team. But it's been a busy day at the office, so I didn't get as much work done on the games that I wanted to get worked on. Simply put, my boss's boss, that's not always a bad thing. That is definitely not always a bad thing. All right, now, boss gave him a huge project, and once it goes from my boss's boss to my boss, it goes then to me. So I didn't have as much downtime at the office today, but that's not always a bad thing. That is definitely not always a bad thing. All right, now we're waiting to see how long it takes, because I just saw it pop up here. So it's still in the 10-second mark. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. Now, his first team was the New York Mets. He pitched with the Mets for one season, and then he went to the Astros after his rookie year. Nolan Ryan is the reason I became an Astros fan. I'm sitting there, and I lived on the Mississippi Gulf Coast at the time, and our school was USM, or supposed to be USM. Will Clark went up to, I think this was Will Clark's rookie year, and I'm watching the game. It's the first baseball game I ever really watched on television, and Will Clark knocked it out of the park. I was pissed. I was upset. I was angry. I was miserable. So I decided right then and there, I'm rooting for the team that he just did a number on. And it was basically his first home run over the center field wall at the Astrodome. From that moment on, I became an Astros fan. So that had to be 1984, I think. 1984. But I don't even know if it's up there right now. Yes, it is. It is actually up there. Let's see if I can get it down. That is my second pride and joy of my collection. Nolan Ryan's, I forget where I got to put the damn thing with the camera. Nolan Ryan's rookie, I think it's his second rookie card, so it's not worth a lot of cash. But I saw it when I first started collecting baseball cards. I had to have it. So it's like one of the few baseball cards I had to have. I've been planning to put more of them up here. I just haven't done it yet. And now that I took it down, I got to get it rehooked. So I'll tell you what, we're going to leave him as part of the show off tonight. I always put something up. Well, can't. There. We'll see if it won't stay there. Damn. And I don't trust him to hold it. Oh well. I'll put my good luck charm up here. Of course, everybody remembers Robin Yount getting himself embarrassed by the old man. One of my favorite Ryan highlights ever. You got a 21-year-old kid charging, how old was Ryan at the time? 46, I think? Charging a 40, wrong tube, Mark, wrong tube. Charging a 46-year-old man and getting embarrassed. But I have seen, on TV, I think I've seen 4 of Ryan's no-hitters. I saw his record-breaking pitch, his record-breaking strikeout pitch. Saw him bamboozle Mr. Yount. What else did I see? A whole bunch of things. So I have been an Astros fan forever. And like I said, the curse, as I call it, of Albert Pujols has died. Finally. For those of you that don't know baseball, Albert Pujols was in a first game of the season. And I can't remember who our catcher was at the time. And it's been bugging me trying to remember. Albert Pujols played dirty. He comes sliding home. The catcher's about 3 feet out in front of the plate. Not even in the dugout line, the dirt line. And Albert Pujols slides into the grass to nail him with the spikes. It was the dirtiest play I had ever seen from Albert Pujols. I was shocked. All the Cardinals fans around here were defending him. He was in the baseline. He was in front of the base path. Yada, yada, yada. So we pull up the video. and we draw a little circle around the catcher, and it's like, there's the plate, there's the catcher, there's the baseline. Pujols was freaking dirty. Yeah, dirty. I would use another word for him, but I keep it PG-13. I always try. Ever since then, the Astros have stunk until this year. And we took out the Yankees. Yes, everybody hates the Yankees. And we were up 3-1 on the Royals tonight before the rain delay. I haven't looked at the score since. But yeah, if everybody can wear their Cardinal stuff to work tomorrow, I'm wearing this to work tomorrow. And this. In addition, we're going to do a little swap off. It's hockey night. So I got my Blues hat out, ready for later in the broadcast. So you'll be seeing me rock the Blues. The only St. Louis team I pull for, the Blues, because I never had a hockey team when I was down on the coast, other than my minor league teams. So that was pretty much all I had. Yeah, and like I said, the St. Louis fans were trying to defend the cleat. And I'm like, you cannot defend what I just saw. Sports broadcasters on the radio shows were trying to defend it. News broadcasters were trying to defend it. Joe Buck was trying to defend it. Major League Baseball channel was trying to defend it. And I'm like, No. Major League Baseball came along later and said, yeah, it was a dirty play. And everybody was eating crow. Everybody. Except the Astros fans that knew what they saw. Well, see, I don't watch baseball much anymore because honestly, I will go to a minor league park and watch because that's fun because they do stuff. But I will not go to Cardinal Stadium. I will not go to a major league game. On TV, I will watch a baseball game once in a blue moon until the playoffs, and then I will only watch the playoffs as long as my boys are in it. The moment the Astros are out, I will have no interest in it. The worst thing is, because it's the Cubs and the Cardinals playing, they're doing all this hubbub about it's been 127 years since the Cardinals and Cubs have played in October. And I'm like, that's because one of them's always sucked. Plain and simple. But they're coming up with all sorts of reasons why the Cubs are in the playoffs and why they're going to win the World Series. And I'm like, not going to happen. Not going to happen in the slightest. Like I said, that was the problem. I was going to do a baseball-themed puzzle tonight, but I didn't have time at work to do it. So I'm kind of out of luck there. I also went to do a little costume shopping. I am not a happy camper. My favorite character of all time, of any genre, anywhere, is Sherlock Holmes. I can get the Sherlock Holmes cap. I can get the pipe, the cape and cloak and jacket. $300. I don't have $300 for myself. I spend all my money on you guys. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do now that I don't have Sherlock Holmes. The professor will be back probably on Saturday. I was going to do a couple of guest hosts for the next few days, but that remains to be seen. So it may be the professor on one day, guest host on another, and me on a third. That's how it might go. I haven't decided yet, but that's what I'm leaning toward. So, and with it being October, costumes are the norm. Plus, with us doing streams, costumes are more than the norm. No, see, because I think, if I remember right, they don't get back to the World Series until 2016, if I remember rightly. So I think it's supposed to be next year the Cubs are supposed to be in the World Series. And ironically, they say the Cubs are supposed to be better next year, so they may actually do it. I'll have to go back and look at that scene, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's supposed to be 2016. Which I find great, considering that the The Indians were out of the playoffs till Major League came around, and then they went into the playoffs. The Cubs might do it. New Orleans had that happen. No, not New Orleans. The LA Rams had it happen. They'd been out of the playoffs for a while, and then I forget the name of the movie, but as the guy dies and he comes back as the NFL quarterback for the St. Louis Rams, and that team makes the playoffs. Well, wouldn't you know it? Shortly after that, the Rams get into the playoffs. It's almost like Hollywood is fixing the future. Either that, or they have a TARDIS. One of the two. I'm not sure which. But ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are here, the two of you, because I'm number 3, I already know that because I always keep it up to keep track of where the video is. We are getting ready to start the list. 10 items, 1 topic. You guys just have to tell me what the items are. If they're not on the list, they won't count. So, for tonight's first list of the evening, we are looking for, dun, 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 or it's rigged. No, I think Hollywood's got a time machine. That's what I think. That's what I really, really think. They got a time machine, so they go forward, find out who wins, come back, and write it into their scripts. So the first list of the night, we are looking for cold blank. Cold blank. And always remember, it will be entire words or phrases. So it won't be cold-er or cold-est or cold-in or anything of that sort. We are looking for cold blank is what we are looking for tonight. And for those of you that don't know, or the two of you that are here, I plan on Professor's page, on his YouTube page, I plan on getting a lot of the game shows that are on YouTube linked in so you guys can see some of the examples of the stuff I use. I did not, like I said, I didn't have time to work on the... Nope, it is not cold steel, not cold-blooded, and no cold feet. I didn't get a chance, like I said, to work on the Russian roulette game. I realized I hit a snag that I wasn't expecting yesterday because I was working on it from the house a little bit, and I thought I was going to set it up almost identical to the Pressure Luck board, where it's just basically one slide that just keeps repeating. Well, I found out there's a catch. If you change something, and indeed, Cold Cuts did make the list, Emery's. Cold Cuts is indeed up here. I found out in PowerPoint, if you change something via Visual Basic, it resets the entire slide, and I didn't realize it. So it's turned into a bigger nightmare than I thought it was going to turn into. But the good news is, while we're first getting everybody over onto YouTube, we're going to be able to run a lot of closed tests with the smaller crowds. For instance, what did I write down? I wrote down, as soon as I remember where I put my notebook. Where did I put my notebook? Oh. I wrote some stuff down here. Nope, no cold stone. Turtle. Where is my page with my notes? You see that little list of notes? That's a whole bunch of things that I want to do or plan to do, but I hit snags because while we were getting bigger numbers on Ustream, and Emery's will vouch for this because he's been with me longer than Turtle has been, we hit a snag where if you had the chat comments up, everybody was jumping in with answers during closed games. Correct. Cold as ice is up here. So what ended up happening is, if you wanted to participate in the game, you pretty much had to focus on the right hand side of the screen. If you watch the left hand side of the screen, or vice versa, I forget, you knew you were going to see somebody throw the answer out. You knew it was coming. It could be the world's hardest question involving super nuclear physics, and there's somebody that knew it. And because somebody knew it, they just felt obligated to throw it out there during a closed game. So, like I said, the good news is with the smaller numbers right now, I'm probably going to try to get a lot more test games in on the closed games. For instance, and I took it off. I will speak English, I promise. The Japanese Go game that is upcoming. It's only designed for 2 to 4 players at most. So while there's a smaller crowd on the YouTube channel, I plan on definitely getting one run of that in. I'm aiming to get that in on Saturday. So that's my goal. The best news is no cold beer, no cold hard cash. The best news is I can live with the small numbers. I don't want the trolls anymore. I'm tired of them. So hopefully that's the good news for now. The bad news is I am one of these people, when I read the trades and read what's going on, I see Ustream is pretty much getting cut off from Sony on January, sometime around between like the 1st and the 5th. At least that's what I'm reading, is getting cut off. It will be interesting to see what people say when that happens, because I know there's a lot of people that don't want to go in and make YouTube accounts, and I think honestly that's the one thing that's going to slow a lot of people down. And greetings to the 2 other people that just joined in on the channel. How are y'all doing tonight? Or on the show. I'm sorry, on the show. I never call it a channel. I never call it a stream. And indeed, a cold call is there. Very nicely done, Emery's. That was probably, in my opinion, what I thought was going to be the second hardest of the list. I really thought that one was going to be the second hardest of the list. And Cold War comes off. And Emery's just typing in every word he can think of. So Emery's is enjoying the fact that the chat delay has definitely improved. And again, from what we're guessing right now, according to Emery's test, and according to a test I ran earlier, it's about 10 seconds. And again, on Tuesday, and this was on Tuesday, Tuesdays are almost always a slow night. Yeah, I saw that, Turtle. The good news is they're going to leave the web browser on for both, I believe. So you'll still be able to access it that way. Because I don't use the Facebook connection on there that often, but I happened to accidentally hit it, and it said Facebook is getting cut off late this year or early next year, but you will still be able to use the web browser for it. Which is what I'm going to have to do for the YouTube stuff for the Vita. Like I said, I think the Vita is pretty much, Sony has thrown in the towel on it finally. So I think it's basically after, my guess is going to be after November this year. Those of us that have a Vita, we're stuck with whatever we have. And whatever still gets supported. One of my favorite games on the Vita is Dead Man's Cross. It's basically a zombie card game sort of thing. Its support died on September 30th. But they put a big notice saying, but we will still support the Android version. And I'm like, I don't want you on the Android. Choose up my data minutes and stuff. If I have you on my Vita, I can do stuff. I can play. And it's like, oh well, you just SOL. So I honestly think Sony is basically saying that the Vita is pretty much dead in the water by the end of this year. I don't expect to see much of anything new come out for that other than like some India developers. Well, see, I don't have a problem with the web browser. My problem is, like I said, when they did this 2 weeks ago, the Vita quit connecting to Ustream. Why? Because they were updating the software for the PS4, and they just kind of said, the Vita's going away, we're not going to do anything for it, so if it breaks, it breaks. So it's like, alright, I can live with that. It's basically, I only really ever did 3 things with it. I watched Crackle on it, I still do that. I watched Snag Films on it, and I watched Live from PlayStation on it when it was there. And about the only other thing I do on it is basically play Mouse Trap, Mouse Chase, something like that. But as I said many shows ago, I have always planned on doing some Skype during the broadcast. So, whereas my normal broadcasts are Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, which I might cut back one day, I kind of realize that. One of my broadcasts I might drop. I just don't know which one yet. It'll possibly be the Tuesday one. I'm not 100% sure. I've always wanted to use the Tuesday as the test broadcast. And one of the things I tried to test was the Skype. Well, it was like, I put out like 30 million notifications prior to doing it. If you've got a Skype account, send List Wits the phone call so I can add you to my list. Believe it or not, let me see. Did I leave it upstairs? I may have left it upstairs. After 12 episodes, because I was talking about this for 12 episodes. Nope, night, starting tonight, we are moving completely to YouTube. For every broadcast will be a YouTube episode from here on out. Basically, we kind of learned from Tuesday night broadcast, and again, Tuesday night was a very slow, quiet broadcast night. There was nobody on. There is no reason I should be dealing with a 5-minute delay on chat on a Tuesday night. And basically, I seem to be the only person that was affected by it. So I kind of bumped up the schedule from the original plan. My original plan was Thursday nights were going to be YouTube. Tuesday nights I were going to split YouTube, Ustream, and Saturday was going to be Ustream. Well, I hit a point where after Tuesday night, I said, enough is enough. No, this is basically what it is. You will basically be given 3 warnings. They will give you warnings saying you have to do stuff to clean it up. You clean up the video, you're good. If you leave the stuff in right now on YouTube, most people have their accounts set up to go with their Google AdSense. If you have something in that's copyrighted, the AdSense will be denied for that video. So basically, right now, if I ran this video, I could monetize the video. It'll do like one ad at the start where you see skip ad, and it'll do the little overlays at the bottom. And basically, you would get paid for the ad overlays if somebody clicks it and visits the stuff. which is one reason why I thought this was a good idea. Nope, no cold air. Because I'm like, I was getting viewers on Ustream, but I'm like, what am I getting back out of it for my time and my effort? And I'm like, even if it's just like 10 cents, even if it's 10 cents, I got no problem with sticking like the little overlay ads that are down at the bottom, because it don't get in the way of the video. Unlike Ustream, where the video basically gets cut off. Your video gets stopped, so the ad can play. So if you do something copyrighted, or some form of music that's been copyrighted, your video will still go up. They will put a little notification on your video that says, A, your video cannot be shown in certain countries, or that your will let you monetize it. For instance, and this happened to me on the first broadcast, I wasn't really paying attention. I had the record player going in the background. Okay? And what happened was, your video streams, you close the stream, it kind of gets uploaded to a YouTube commendation center, so to speak, or a YouTube review board, so to speak. And what happens is that, and I don't know if it's by computer or by people, it goes through the video and says, oh, you have this music song in here. Very nicely done, Turtle. Cold Front is definitely in there. And it will let your video go up. It'll just put these notifications saying, here's a possible copyright issue, you have a song going. Or, like I said, in my case, my first video originally was blocked in Germany because I had as you guys know, I usually do the church screen to start with. Well, I'm sitting there with the church screen up, the record player going in the background, and I'm running 15 minutes of pre-show where I'm not doing anything. Somewhere in there I found 2 songs. One of those 2 songs apparently is blocked in Germany. So my entire video, according to YouTube, was blocked so Germans couldn't watch it. So it's all related to whether or not you have a YouTube account, whether or not you use Google AdSense, and whether or not you monetize your videos. Those are the 3 keys to it. At least from what I've seen. Oh, how many we got left? We only got 3 left. You guys are running through these quick. If you don't monetize your video, I do think they'll put a notice up there that says you may have a copyright issue. But the only thing a copyright says, for the most part, is, unless you get with Metallica, who's a stubborn bastard band, pardon my French, is you're not allowed to make money off of it. Whereas Metallica and a few others say pull it down. That's one reason you see WWE videos. The WWE doesn't want their stuff pulled down. They just want to make sure you're not making money off of their stuff. They love viral marketing. They absolutely love it. So they let all these videos stay up. Because officially, and I use this, or I should say unofficially, because I'm not a lawyer with this regard. If anything you broadcast has one thing in it, unofficially, I think YouTube could pull it down. So what YouTube did, or part of the agreement that I think they worked out with Sony, was to say, give them some warning. Because we know the Playroom is popular. So I think that's where the issue was. Alright, here's the thing, Knight, and I will say this. One, I've heard too many people that have heard the same thing. Ustream and Sony's relationship is over in early January. I've heard the 1st. Somebody else said the 5th. I think Nikki says she heard the 1st or 2nd. I think that's what she said, because she said she talked to somebody at Sony. Whereas most of mine I would get off of Wired and news sites and news sources of insiders. So Ustream is pretty much dead in the water with Sony January. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't doubt that whatsoever. The other thing is, the Ustreamers that made their accounts and are trolling, we're not seeing them. Nikki has been on, said she had been on for a couple of, was it Nikki that said she was on a couple hours yesterday? I think Nikki said she was on a couple hours a couple of days ago. And she said she got like one, maybe two really bad trolls. Ron said he saw a couple. The last YouTube broadcast I did, I saw one troll. They made one comment, and that was it. Other than that, it was participants. So, like I said, if the numbers go down a little, if it's just 3 of you here, or 4 of you here, or 1 or 2 of you here, I'm going to give you guys the best game show that I can come up with for that 1, 2, 3, 4 people. The other thing I have to laugh about when they say more streamers or more viewers, I'll be honest, for the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I haven't gotten over 13 viewers on the channel. I think I hit 16 one day for like 10 minutes. So to me, I don't care. It's like, if I get 5 great viewers that love the show, talk and have fun, I will take that over 60 viewers, 60 trolls any day of the week. 60 viewers, I'll say 40 trolls and 20 viewers any day of the week. Nope, it is not cold hands, Turtle. And let me make sure, because we got 3 left. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I haven't seen these 3 come up yet. No, see, somebody told me to try Twitch. And I looked at it, and I would not qualify for Twitch. They have this little category called Creative Commons or something like that. But if you read the documentation and you read the terms of service, it has to be gameplay based. That's written in there, or a music channel based. Those are the only 2 they officially allow, which is why the people that do the artwork, you will notice they're always painting video game characters. Now, see, when somebody asked me that, I had actually found my yardstick. And it's like, you want me to show feet? Okay, here's 3 of them. But I misplaced my yardstick. Nope, it is not cold work and it is not cold patch. But it's one of those things where I told Al one day. Al was getting frustrated. Al was ready to quit at one point. Simply because when he first started doing the rant part of his show, the NFL part, he would get 30 or 40 or 45 viewers. And for whatever reason, that number started dwindling. No, because I have seen some of Cowgirl's stuff. She has had some, not many, but she has had some video game stuff in her, I think it's like up on the wall, if I remember rightly. I haven't watched hers in a while, because I don't usually watch the Twitch stuff. And there are a few video game ones in there. So that's how she does it. Yeah, when she's painting during the broadcast, it's usually her own stuff. But she's got the video game paintings up there as well. Now, I don't know if she's changed, because like I said, I haven't watched her in a while. So she may have changed it up and gotten rid of them. But then again, my concern there is you're going to get as many trolls, if not more trolls, if you don't have one of those little troll bots running. And I went through and I'm like, okay, well, what would I have it do? And I got to thinking, and it's just like the way my game show works, the way my show works, one of the games could end up being a problem with a troll bot. It just actually could. So I try to avoid the bot issue. Automation is good within reason. But like I said, to me, there are a ton of Twitch they wanted to, they could just cut them off if they wanted to. Now, obviously, they don't want to because they like having the numbers. But it was one of those things where I don't really want to take that chance. As much as I talk to video game shows, I have my niche. And I don't think it qualifies under what Twitch's terms of service is as. At one point, and this is another reason, I actually sent Twitch a contact email to ask them basically if what I was doing would have been limited. I didn't send them a link or anything of that sort. I just asked them. I never got a response, ever. So I was a little miffed at Twitch when I sent them that. I don't remember where it is on their website. Because I was giving that serious consideration. I want to say it was shortly after Al was like getting frustrated with his numbers dropping. And I was going to do it just as a backup plan. Because originally, as you guys know, the theme of the show was always, or the subtitle has been, the only interactive game show network on Live from PlayStation and Ustream. And so I kind of wanted to stay loyal to Ustream. I really did. But the moment the YouTube option came out and the rumors were coming out that Ustream was gone, I already had the YouTube account. I already had the stuff set up where I could just make the changeover. Other than, nope, not called St. Emery's. I'm really surprised one of them is that hard. One of them I really am surprised is that hard. Because this one I thought would be fairly easy. Now number 10, I think number 10 I expected to be the toughest of the lot. I really did. Besides which, it's only been 30 minutes, so... Nope, not a cold Russian. Turtle, now that you're here, I almost forgot. We got to give you your shot at the vault. I almost forgot, and I apologize. So while we're doing the game, I got to go find Turtle's 3 questions. So let me go find 3 questions for Turtle real quick. I'm glad he said hard, because that's what kind of clicked it. No, I still hear they're kind of like still button heads. Because a lot of people have been complaining about Ustream. I mean, a lot of people. It's basically, it's too slow, comments aren't coming through right, it's not treating everybody the same. It's gotten dicey from what I've heard. Hey Lone, how we doing tonight? Welcome to List Wits. We are See, I gotta quit doing that. We are live from PlayStation and YouTube's interactive game show network. And basically tonight is the list. It is basically what we would call Family Feud without the points. As you can see at the top of the screen, we have a subject. The subject is cold blank. There are 10 items that are on the list, and only these 10 items count. that will finish the phrase cold blank. And the blank always has to be a complete word or complete phrase. So, hey, Cork, how we doing? So you can't use the word colder than ice, because ER does not make an actual word. Greetings, Jacob. Welcome to the channel, man. How are we doing tonight? Okay, Turtle. Yes, we got to get this done before I forget. And like I said, something Emery said just kind of clicked it off in my head. So, and again, the 3 questions I'm going to give you, Turtle, are not easy questions. I will tell you that right now. Ask Emery's. He's done the vault before, and he has been stumped. So here, the 3 questions I'm going to give you, Turtle, is that these are about laws, scientific laws, that describe how voltage can be generated. Okay? So, Turtle, we're going to get you to the vault, but we're going to take one number definitely off the vault for you while we're doing this. Nope, night is not cold cough. You have to answer all 3 questions in order. So basically, give me answer 1, answer 2, answer 3. If you don't know one, make sure you put the word pass, so I know you're skipping it. Because if you give me 2 answers, and that's all you give me, I'm going to assume you give me answer 1 and answer 2. So make sure if you don't know, you put the word pass on whichever number answer you don't want to take a shot at. Nope, Ryder, it is not cold turkey. Alright, so Turtle, these are your 3 questions for the vault. Number 1. Name this law of induction, which states that the induced electromagnetic frequency in a coil equals the negative time rate of change of magnetic flux times the number of turns in the coil. It's just the way it comes up, Emery. It's just the way it comes up. There's one specific law we're looking for. Question number 2. That law that we just gave you is one of these 4 partial differential equations that also include Gauss's law for electricity and Gauss's law for magnetism. That's question number 2. This other law, which describes voltage, saw a correction added by the gentleman that made those 4 differential equations, that states that the line integral of the magnetic field around a closed loop is proportional to the electronic current through the loop in a static electric field. Yeah, believe it or not, these are actually, I believe these are high school quiz bowl questions. That's what I believe these ones are. I'd have to go look. They're either college quiz bowl or high school quiz bowl. But I think these ones are the high school ones, which is what scares me, because I don't remember studying this in high school. Alright, Turtle, so I'm going to give you your questions one more time. Question number 1. And these are laws that describe the way in which voltage is generated. Nope, I haven't seen it yet. I am still looking at the list, just so you guys know. Name this law of induction, which states that the induced electromagnetic field in a coil equals the negative time rate of charge of magnetic flux times the number of turns in the coil. So that's question 1. Now, that law is one of these 4 partial differential equations that also include Gauss's law for electricity and Gauss's law for magnetism. Whose equations are we talking about? Quiz Bowl night is kind of like high school. It's basically team 1 from a high school or college goes against team 2 from a high school or college, and they basically supply their own questions. Note blown, it is not cold to the touch, and it is not cold air. Now, number 3 for you, Turtle. This other law, which saw a correction added by the gentleman that made those 4 equations, states that the line integral of the magnetic field around a closed loop is proportional to the electric current through the loop in a static electric field. So, Turtle, those are your 3 questions. I only read them twice. No, it's more like I'm trying to think of one of the shows. But it's more like you have a team of 5 versus a team of 5. It's more of what a quiz bowl is like. Nope, it is not cold blood, and it is not cold arena. So again, we are looking for 3 last words that start with cold. Yeah, basically, guys, for those of you that are dropping in for the first time, we are a tribute to 70s, 80s, 60s, 50s, 40s television game shows. And I mean anything that does not involve physical activity in terms of game shows, like Beat the Clock, Survivor, Amazing Race. I'm not talking about reality shows. It's not like Hollywood Square, not the Quiz Bowl, but it's kind of like, I will say it's a little more Jeopardy-ish. Hey, Paintball, how we doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Welcome to List Wits. I'm trying to think. If there is one off the top of my head. Faraday, Maxwell's equations, and Lenz. And I am impressed that you got 2 out of the 3. You got 2 out of the 3, quiet. So we're going to take 3 numbers off the vault for you. You had Faraday's right. You had Maxwell's equations right. The third one was not Lenz, but it was rather Ampere's law. So you definitely got 3 out of the 3 numbers coming off the board. So let me see which ones we're taking on. We're definitely taking 1 out of row 3 for you. And I'll move the monitor in a minute. I have to check and make sure I'm not removing a bad number. We're going to take 1 off of 3. Oh, let's see. Where should we take? I think we're going to take 1 off of the top row and 1 off the bottom row for you. All right, and as you can see, I kind of increased the sizes on the fonts. Nope, Jacob, Cold as Ice already came off the board. So Cold as Ice is already off. All right, Turtle. You bought SPS4? Yeah, Paint. I haven't played as many games lately as I wanted to. Basically because I'm waiting for a certain one to come out. Basically the only 3 games left that I really want is Uncharted, Lego's Dimensions, and No Man's Sky. Those are really the only 3 left on my list until I think Gran Turismo 7 is due out in 2016. So those are like the only 3 that are left on my to-buy list. That I can think of. But yeah, I broadcast through live from PlayStation. Again, we are live from PlayStation's only interactive game show network. And it's basically, you guys play the TV game shows as best as I can adapt them. 4719. is the combination to our vault, and does Turtle win what's behind it with the combination 4719. Nope, it is not 4719 tonight, Turtle, although that is a good guess. Nope, I do not do Destiny paint. Alright, Emery's, until Saturday, and guys, do not forget that basically we are going to be Ustream only full time from here on out. For those of you that are still with me, I'm going to still do the t-shirts as is for those of you that have already ordered them, so it'll include the Ustream on it. Now, basically what it is when we do a game show broadcast, the list doesn't count as a game show broadcast. They get a chance to take some numbers off the vault. And what it means is there is an actual physical prize behind the vault. It's an actual physical prize. It's not a PSN card. It's not anything electronic. Well, paintball, hold on, and I will explain that for you in a minute. If you can guess the 4 combination vault, you get what's behind the vault. When I do 24-hour streams, I've only done one so far. I have another one coming up that I have to get ready for. I do give away other prizes. Some are small and insignificant, but they're still giveaways. They're free prizes for the crowd, for everybody that follows. And I will show you some examples here. As a for instance, like I said, I'm just going to pick the closest one. It's not much, but it's basically a Star Wars Boba Fett helmet. Swish, I am going completely YouTube. From here on out, I am going completely YouTube. And basically, these typically get given out either if they're behind the vault, but again, it's like 2 games in one to get to the vault, or if I do the 24-hour stream, in which I give away stuff pretty much with every game. For instance, the list, when I do the list, we'll actually have 10 prizes. There'll be 1 prize behind each item, and those are always smaller. But, and again, these are just some of the small examples. For instance, these were little miniature lunch boxes that I picked up at a flea market with the Lone Ranger and Underdog. So if they happen to be on this game, it'd be behind one of the boards, one of the pieces. So that would be like some of the smaller stuff. And for instance, the list game, when we do it, they're almost always like no more than like $5 prizes, because you can actually get multiples in that game. Well, like I said, I try to mix it up, and I'll show you how I mix it up nice, just so you know. And this is one of those that I was not expecting anybody to take interest in. I really wasn't. I just saw these and I had to pick them up. For those of you that are Game of Thrones fans, for instance, as you guys know, George R.R. Martin wrote Game of Thrones. Well, before he wrote Game of Thrones, he used to write for these little science fiction magazines. Nope, it is not Cold Body, Cold Drinks, or Cold Wash, guys. Well, I happened to find 2 of the magazines with George R.R. Martin's name on them. This is the George R.R. Martin. This is the actual this is the 1980 magazine. This is actually the April 1980 magazine with his story in it. And then there was like one I picked up. And for instance, here's another George R.R. Martin. And his name's in there somewhere. So it's basically, these are two magazines that are prizes. And it's basically, they're small prizes, yes, but somebody's a George R.R. Martin fan, they may want them. And then for instance, and this one I picked up, originally I was picking it up for me, but I decided I wasn't going to, simply because I love the cover. As you can see, it's just a simple cover. And this is the actual magazine from 1952. So it's like, that's just some of the small prizes. Oh, well, see, ask Fish, if you like Gene Roddenberry night, about the Star Trek plate he got. He basically won the Star Trek plate on one of the 24-hour streams. I don't remember which game he won, but he won the Star Trek little dish. And like I said, it's like it's no more than a $10 gift, but it's one of those things where if you're a Star Trek fan, it's free. I'm shipping it to you, no cost. All you have to do is come in, watch the show, win a game. So it just depends on what happens. And then, and this is the last one I'll show off tonight, so I can get back to the broadcast. Nope, not Cold Snap, Cold to the Touch, or Cold Space. This is an artwork that is actually signed down at the bottom by one of the artists in the Doctor Who comic books. And basically what it is before Capaldi, it's basically a print, again, signed by the artist, of the Doctors at the Last Supper. And I got it for a reduced price when I bought it. And I know there are some nerds out there that would actually love Doctor Who, and I figure maybe they're going to want to try for it. So it just depends on what I pick up, because I've picked up stuff before that I know people didn't like, but it's like I'm sending it out for free to people that just, all you have to do is watch and participate. That's all you have to do. Nope, it is not Cold Peas, Space, Coldplay, or Cold to the Touch. Let me make sure I haven't missed it, because I've been watching. Believe me, I have been watching. Nope, haven't seen the answer yet. Alright, now, to answer your question, paintball, about the shirts. I don't have one with me. It's upstairs. I didn't put it on tonight because I had to show up. I had to show up my team tonight. I'm still rooting for my Astros. We're still in it. Haven't checked the score yet. I need to do that. Yeah, he probably would. Because like I said, I know what Ron loves to watch. The only thing is it doesn't have Jenna on it. He's more interested in Jenna than he is Doctor Who. He will tell you that. If you guys check out my Instagram account, it's the Saint Fan at Instagram. Somewhere on there is a picture of the shirt. And again, right now the shirt, I'm going to change the logo. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to change it to. That I have a guy that makes them for me. And again, I sell them off for cost. I don't make any money on them. I lose the money on the shipping and handling. Anything smaller than double extra large is $16. Double extra large, he's charging me $18. And that's basically what I'm charging you guys if they want one. Give me 1 minute. I will see if I can get Bubbles to bring me down my shirt. So give me a minute and I will be right back. This will be a good point for me to do a cut in the video. So. And again, I usually wear these on air like once a week. But this is the basic shirt. All right. And as you can see at the bottom, it says live from PlayStation Network and Ustream's only interactive game show network. As I am jumping to YouTube, I have to change it, which means I'm probably going to do a revamp of this without the Ustream in there. And on the back, the theme I've always used for the show. Making choices in life is the easy part. Making the right choices, that's what's important. If you are interested in the shirt, you can send me an email through the. You can send me an email either through the YouTube page, through the List Wits webpage listed down here, all the way over there, or if you're on the PS4, you can send me a PlayStation Network message, and I will respond to you how you guys can get one, what it takes to buy one. Alright, since I stepped away, let me check and make sure no other... Nope, haven't seen them yet. And we are going on 9:09, so we're almost to the hour mark for the last three. When I get to the hour mark on the list, I basically show you what's left. If you're on the PS4 paintball, send me a PlayStation message, and I will tell you the full cost and how payment is done and all that good stuff for the shirts. For now, I'll put that up there so I don't go running back upstairs. I've had a few people tell me they want one, but I've only got like 2 orders in right now, so hopefully the rest of them will drop in and order them. Cork's one, and Miami is my other one. So those are the 2 that have definitely ordered them. Oh, and since you're here, Cork, I will let you know that I'm going to take the orders to the guy Saturday, and I don't know how long it's going to take him to make them. Depends on how busy he is. Like I said, when I went to see him last time, he had like 13 or 14 people trying to get to him, so he was like really delayed. If he's quick, he'll have them done by the same day. If he's not so busy, he can usually have them done that day. That's how quick he usually is with them. Paint, like I said, send me a PSN message, and I will send you the information on how to order them and what it takes. And like I said, he basically says anything from extra large, smaller, is 16, double extra large is 18. That's what he told me. Alright guys, we are making progress. We're down to 4 minutes left on this one. Like I said, if we don't reveal them, or we don't get them, I will reveal them for you guys. And like I said, the only other thing that I've noticed is, like I said, my numbers on Ustream kind of dropped in the last few weeks. The funny thing is, the YouTube channel views have been about the same, believe it or not. Like I said, I hadn't got about 13 on any Ustream broadcast for the past few weeks. But like I said, that's how I look at it. If I got one guy in the room, one viewer, and sorry, if there are any ladies here, I apologize. If I have one viewer in the room besides me, I'm going to give that one person the best game show I can come up with. If I got 30 viewers, I'm going to give the 30 of them the best show I can come up with. Funny thing is, I had one person trying to troll, and for those of you that don't know, if you try to troll this channel, I don't ban you. I just don't pay you any attention. So, unless you're really funny and really worth my time. I will pay attention to the really fun trolls, but I don't get nasty with you. I just have fun with you, try to get you to play the game. Some of my greatest viewers that were around started off as trolls and just kind of got hooked in on playing the game. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Like I said, I don't expect that many people in to start with early. Like I said, when we got done with the Tuesday game, by the time we finished, there were actually only 2 viewers on the channel besides myself. And that was Turtle and Emery's. and they were the two that were actually answering the questions, even though it was an open game and nobody else wanted to jump in. And that was on Ustream. But that was a night where Ustream was like 5 minutes behind on the chat. So, so far, and guys, please let me know if the chat's slowing down. Right now, the video is still pretty close. The video is still, it's been a minute. It's been just over a minute behind on the playback, which to me is working great. When I was doing the Ustream part, it would fall behind by a couple of minutes, and then it would speed up, and then fall behind, and then speed up. So again, please let me know. For those of you that are here participating on the chat, let me know if it's doing a decent speed. If it starts getting over a minute, I start to worry. But like I said, when we started, it was about 10 seconds, which was a massive improvement from just Tuesday alone. Tuesday, it was like the first person logged in was Emery's, and he said it took 4 minutes for his first comment to go through. 4 minutes. And that's with one viewer on a Tuesday. It was pretty damn bad. Alright, we are down to the last 54 seconds on the list, folks. Or 50 seconds now. Or 48 seconds, or some number. When it gets to 115, we'll call this list a closed. And the last 3 items on the list will apparently have beaten you. That's what we always say. Nope, it is not cold hands, cold fingers, cold feet, or cold stream. Which is amazing because, like I said, usually we get it down to 1. Usually it gets down to 1 before the timer runs out. Especially when I start saying we're getting down to the last couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden somebody will pop in with what they think the actual answers are. So we're going to start with the cold. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the second one. So this one's pretty random. Like I said, when I first put the show together tonight, I wanted to do ones for the Astros or Houston, and I just never had time to work on it. So it will remain to be seen. Speaking of remains to be seen, Professor Von Quizzelstein will be back with us on Saturday for at least part of it. I'm going to, because I get paid tomorrow, I'm going to try to go pick up some more prizes Saturday, but I also got to go pick up the guest host costume, because there's going to be another guest host on Saturday. And like I said, the one thing about the show, one thing about the list, is sometimes you have to think outside the box. And then sometimes they're just all right what it says it is. That's the one thing I always tell you guys. Always be prepared to think outside the box when you run the game. It doesn't always happen, but you got to be prepared for it. Alright, it hit 1:15, so I'm running about a minute behind on the timer. Alright guys, the list has beaten you on the last 3. So this is probably, I think, my record low. No, it is not. Hey, Mike, how are we doing tonight? Or should I say Mr. Mayor? Good to see you, man. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to reveal the last 3 from the cold list tonight. And this is the one I'm surprised nobody thought of. This one I really thought somebody was going to think outside the box on the broadcast for it. It's a cold day in hell. I saw a few that were like leaning that direction, and then you went back to the one word, one answer one. So it was like cold water, cold cream, so on and so forth, cold feet. It was cold day in hell. Number 4 on the list. Cold spell. I thought when we got cold front, somebody was going to follow up with cold spell, but it didn't happen. And finally, number 10. Number 10, I thought might beat you tonight. Of course, I thought cold call was going to be the other one that was going to beat somebody, and Emery's got that one clean out the box. Number 10, we had a cold compress. So those are our 10 cold items on the list. We had cold as ice, cold shoulder, cold day in hell, cold spell, cold front, cold war, cold cuts, cold sweat, cold call, and cold compress. So the list got you this time, guys. So, give me 1 minute. I'm going to change the video screen because I'm going to probably set the cut right here for the YouTube cuts. And then I'm not going to close the broadcast, but I will be right here and I will be right back. So bear with me 1 minute. Oh, sometimes they'll say, sometimes they will groan at some of them, Lone, trust me. Sometimes they will groan at some of them I put on the list. All right, give me 1 minute while I put one thing up. I gotta put this back up so I don't lose it. And if anybody's seen the score of the Astro game, please let me know in chat, because I try to avoid getting on the computer for anything else. Because I don't know if they're out of rain delay yet or not. Alright, now that I'm sort of back, let me let the video get a little caught up on the stream. Alright guys, welcome back to List Wits. We are live from PlayStation's only interactive game show network. And it's up today officially. We are no longer doing Ustream. Every broadcast that remains will be definitely on YouTube. Thank you, Lone. I appreciate it. Go, guys. Go, good guys. That's all I'm going to say. Basically, what forced my hand was two things. One, the PlayStation Vita no longer does Ustream videos for observing live from PlayStation. I was not happy about that. It ticked me off, and it tells me Ustream is dropping the ball. Number two was Tuesday night. Monday night I had dropped into Nerdy Stream, and he had basically suggested I gradually jump to YouTube. Well, I'd said I'd already done one broadcast. The editing function on YouTube was simple enough where as long as I leave enough space, I can chop some big blanks out where I didn't need them and break the videos down. So what happened was, after that on Monday, I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens Tuesday night, because officially it would be my last Ustream broadcast. So I'm getting on, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to break it up by days. The Thursday broadcast will always be YouTube. The Tuesday broadcast will be a split, Tuesdays or Ustream and YouTube. And the Saturday ones I was going to leave on Ustream. Because Ustream typically has a lot more people right off the bat, which I found out isn't exactly true anymore. Then we got on to I started the broadcast, and I had one person jump in, and he was in at like 8:01 p.m. I had started on time, on the dot, Tuesday. The first comment didn't come across the screen until 5 minutes after 8, so it was like a 4-minute window. And I figured it was going to improve. Never did. I had 3 people claim, and I don't know if it was true, that only my stream was getting hit by this. They would go into other streams and say it was working lickety-split fast as could be. And somebody else came back and said, no, it's not true. I was in another stream and it was miserably slow. The game show type show that we do, I am absolutely dependent on a faster chat and comments. It was at that point that I've said I've had too many days where I've had people come in and say 4 minutes behind, 5 minutes behind. I've had one day where it was as bad as 7 minutes on the chat. And as such, that day I think was my breaking point. That was my breaking point. I said, I've had enough with the lousy delays on Ustream. I was already going to make the jump. Again, I was just going to do it gradually. That was the point that I just basically said, we're going to do a clean break, a clean cut, start fresh from here. Now, what this does mean, for those of you that have been waiting for the 24-hour stream, I am definitely locked into the 24-hour stream. It was an agreement when I got up to, originally, when we first started doing this, when I got to 200 viewers, I promised a 24-hour stream. We did a 25-hour stream. And I could have kept going because I was feeling that good that day, which surprised a lot of people because they were betting against me. I made the deal that if I got to 200, I was going to do one. When I got to 500, I was locked in for one. Well, now that we've jumped over to YouTube, I get to basically reset that counter on that one. But I am still going to say I am locked in for a 24-hour YouTube stream. Again, I'm breaking completely away from Ustream. So when I've already started loading the prize packages up. As soon as I've gotten a few more good prizes and not the lower stuff, I basically put together enough of the different games so that I know I got enough for a 24-hour stream. I'm getting close on the game numbers. Once I think I have enough games stored away, I will give you guys a 3-week window of notice. And basically, once I give you a date, as long as the work doesn't get in the way, the wife doesn't get away, or God doesn't get in the way, we do a 24-hour stream on that deck. Pardon me. What we may do is I'm going to probably break it up in hour segments, so to speak. So it'll be, you guys give me we'll do a show for an hour or 2 hours, depending on how long it runs. We'll take a little 5-minute window, and then do the next hour or 2 hours, and so on and so forth. But it will be 24 hours of definite elapsed time up here. Guaranteed. And like I said, last time it went 25. And like I said, I was feeling so good afterwards, I could have probably done a couple more with no problem. But, got to keep the sanity. And I said, no, okay, we're going to take a break. Before I forget, one last thing. Next Tuesday, I probably won't be here because we have work obligations Tuesday morning, which means I'm going to be like kind of shot for the day, and it's like midnight Tuesday morning. So Tuesday night, I probably will not be doing one. Again, if you have a PS4, please remember to check the List Wits community page. Just look up List Wits on the community pages. And basically what I try to do there is I throw up one trivia question that normally would go on one of the game shows. I basically take it out of the game shows and put it on the community page. And I try for one a day. Don't always make it, but I try for it. Alright, with that, ladies and gentlemen, and again, please remember to follow if you like the show, if you love game shows, if you love TV shows, TV tributes. It is time for the second list of the night. And I'm trying to buy a couple more minutes because I want the clock to hit a specific number. But yeah, we will. And if you have any suggestions for game shows, again, please first and foremost check the List Wits website down here. I hate where the monitor is because it makes it impossible to point at the website. And check out the Games tab. It will give you a list of all the types of shows that we have tried, we are working on, and the ones that I don't think we can do. And if you know one that you think we should give a shot to, send me a little message off the website or through the PSN network, and just let me know what you want to try, and we will try to see what we can get, if we can get something created to work with it. Some of them take longer than normal. Like I said, my pressure luck board, it took me pretty much a month to get it working. And then it was just like, it's extremely simple in appearance, but it follows the theme of the show. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, and again, the professor or his guest will be here Saturday, just so you guys know. So it won't be me hosting Saturday. It'll either be the professor or his guest, or at least for the first half of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the second game, the second list, we are looking for bank these phrases. And basically what we are looking for are 10 words or phrases that have the word as a whole, bank, either in the front or the end of the phrase. So again, as you see, there's no blanks in here. It means the bank word can be at the front of the phrase or at the end of the phrase. So that's what we are looking for. But yeah, like I said, right now I don't really have anything else to show off while we're waiting for you guys to take your guesses. And like I told you guys, and I'm just going to show this to you guys as is, I pick up weird stuff to give away. And again, but what you are looking at, and this may be something that it's just like one of those sort of things. What we have here is what is an old aftershave collector's bottle, shaped in the form of a car. It's been in the box, never came out, other than when I confirmed it was actually in here. But this is like one of those goofy prizes that I give out. It's like, you don't know what you're going to do with them, other than keep them, sell them, get rid of them, throw them out. It's up to you. But there are things like this on the prize list that get given out on occasion. But like I said, hopefully, and I use the word hopefully, this weekend I start picking up some of the better, higher end stuff. At least that's the plan. That is definitely the plan. I appreciate it, Long. Like I said, if you know anybody that likes game shows, please tell them to drop by. We are going to be on YouTube from here on out. No ifs, ands, or buts about that one. The one thing that I think Nikki had said on occasion was basically the only problem with YouTube is you got to be on for quite a few hours to start building up the numbers. Unlike Ustream, where if you're on the PlayStation Network, there was only like 43 people, whereas if you're on YouTube, you got to fight with all of YouTube. So like I said, the one thing I've liked so far is, other than one or two people, the trolls have been minimal. The trolls really have been minimal. Like I said, tonight I've seen 2. Last Thursday, I think there was a total of 1. And like I said, they basically tried some stuff, they got ignored, and they left away. Because I try not to give them the time of day, other than to talk about them in passing once they've come and gone. All right, guys. But again, we are looking for bank these phrases. So for the list, the second and final list of the night, we are looking for words and phrases that have the word bank in them. But yeah, like I said, the only other thing I ask, no, turtle is not bankrupt, because rupt is not actually a word, so it won't count. Always remember that the words that go with it are complete words or phrases. And bankroll is indeed up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 bankroll. So again, we are looking for words or phrases that can either start with or end with the word bank. Pardon me. And this is the one thing I actually have to stop doing on air. Because normally, when I first started, I'd go hide over on the side and just let the screen run. And I'd stand back and watch. And basically put it down and come running back into the screen and click, 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 and then run off again. And then I was like, okay, I need my vape. I lost my vape. So then I started doing these, and it's like somebody said, well, we can still see your shadow. So I was like, okay. Correct, Turtle. Riverbank is definitely on the list. Nope, no snowbank, not this time. So again, we are looking for words and phrases that either start with or end with the word bank. And like I said, my plan for Saturday, see, I thought that one was going to take a while. I really thought that one was going to take a while. Very nicely done, Lone. That was the one that I'm sitting there like, that's got to be the toughest one of the lot. And if you guys want to see what this game show came off of, you can check on YouTube. See, this makes it easier. I plug YouTube while I'm on YouTube. Look up ITV Play, or the other one is called, what's the other one called? Brain Battle. I think it's Brain Battle. Brain Battle one is the Canadian version. ITV Play was the UK version. And I know there was a US version for a short period on Game Show Network, but I don't think they ever stuck to it. I think it was basically, they did it for like a between shows thing, and it just they kind of faded out with it, which is disappointing. Because at one point, Game Show Network was just as interactive as we are here. Nope, not Databank and not Sandbank. Because Alfonso Ribeiro was like one of their key segment hosts. And it was like amazing, because it's like they took it straight off of ITV Play, who I think took it straight off of the Brain Battle on the Canadian network. I think I may have those backwards. But yeah, I'm always trying to squeeze in game shows from anywhere that are trivia based, and some of them that are not so trivia based. For instance, we do Chain Reaction. That one is that one's a little trivia based, but not as much. But for instance, I finished the Japanese version, or I found a Japanese show that doesn't involve physical activity. It's called Panel Attack Quiz 25. I finished it off, and Turtle was here Tuesday, and we did one pyramid game, and I wanted to do the attack quiz show, but it was like so slow, so miserable in the chat that it's like, I'm just going to hold off. But usually, just so you guys know, every Thursday we do 2 lists. If they get solved quick, 3 lists. They're slim and talking the rest of the time. So it's like Saturdays are my usual. These have been tested. We're not changing any rules. We're going as is game show broadcast. Hey Dave, how are we doing tonight? Oh, see, you thought that one was going to be a joke one, Turtle, but believe it or not, it's up there. Oh, you thought that one wasn't going to make it, didn't you? I put that one in there specifically originally for the Ustreamers. And Piggy Bank is definitely up there, Cork. Nope, Paolo is not Cut Bank. And Tuesdays are what we call my test nights usually. Tuesdays are, we tweak a rule or two for a game we've already done, or we do a brand new game and we test it out. And then, in the meantime, I've noticed that we haven't had anybody guessing at it, and I probably should have mentioned this to those of you those of you that are new to the channel. You will always see this board up here. And what you see are 4 words with 1 letter missing. These 4 letters going straight down the board make another 4-letter word, which is shown here. The first letter, it completes the first letter in the 4-letter word, and it completes the word at the top. The second letter completes the second word. The third letter completes the third word. The fourth letter completes the fourth word. So if at any point you lose, you're like getting stumped on the game, you can always jump over to give me 4-letter words. And as you can see here, we have question mark O-N-E for the first word. So if you think the first word on this list is bone, very nicely done, Cork. Break the Bank did make the list. For those of you that don't know, it's a game show. I had to throw the game show one on there. I really had to do it on that one. So if you think the first word here is bone, then you think this 4-letter word starts with the letter B. Second word is C-H-blank-I-R. There's only a few letters that fit. Nope, bank robber. And then we have B-O-blank-S and blank Y-E-S. So if you thought we had bone, chair, boys, and eyes, that's B-A-Y-E, that was what you would give me for the 4-letter word. If you're right on the 4-letter word, you do get 1 free guess at the vault combination, even though we don't take any numbers off. It's basically, if you can give me the 4-letter word, you're getting a free shot at whatever's behind the vault. And again, there will always be a physical prize behind the vault. And again, I ship them out. No cost to you guys. It's basically, I eat the shipping cost. For instance, the last 24-hour stream we did, I sent out about $300 worth of prizes, and I probably spent about $110 in shipping. I just got done shipping out the last 2 items. One I sent to England, and one to Tampa. Nope, no rob the bank. No bank robber either. So again, we're looking for 4 more banks, and again, this will be the last of the list tonight, so this will be the last show. But other than that, I come on here just to have fun with you guys, talk with you, get you guys to use the little gray cells a little. That's why when I first started, I started talking like Hercule Poirot. I can still never say his name right. I don't know why. It's like my tongue quits working when I try to. If I'm watching the show, I can say it. When I'm not watching him, I can't say it. One of the things that I always wanted to do, nope, not bank teller either. You saw, because originally we were on Ustream, you saw a lot of people that were sitting around talking with each other, watching TV, doing whatever. And then I saw Nerdy Show, and he had his theme. I saw Al Show, saw he had his theme. Saw Moneymaker. Who else did I see? There were a few others. And because I had never seen Nikki at the time, I will give you that one. Corkmeister is indeed a banknote. A banknote did make the list, so we got 3 left. See, that would be good if EU was a word. That would be very good. Nope, you don't. Paulo, don't add any. You add to one side or the other, never both. So it'll always, the word will always start with, in this case, it will always start with bank or end with bank. No empty, nothing empty after it. Or you had the empty chair streams, and they were getting viewers. I never understood that one. Unless you knew they were like coming back. If you knew they were coming back, okay, I get it. But there were just, when I started this, I was bored watching a lot of streams. Because I didn't even know what Live with PlayStation was till like 2 months after I got my PS4. Because I never tried it. Originally I got it because I wanted to play Little Big Planet. It's the only reason I bought it. Or I had my wife buy it for me. I should say it was a birthday gift. Yeah, it was a late birthday gift, early Christmas gift. And that's the only reason I got it. So I never went digging into all the functions. One day I'm just playing with it, and I'm like, oh, let's go see what this live with PlayStation is. And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, I know it's a camera. I know they're broadcasting. Where are they? It was just like the couch, or somebody was laying on the couch playing with their phone. And it was at that point, I'm like, this could be so much more. Because WCIS was already around when it started, so I never knew about them at first. And it just clicked. It's like, find something you like, find something you want to talk about. It took me a while to come up with an idea for it. And I got it watching Nerdy Show. Because Nerdy basically said he loved collecting toys. And I use the word toy loosely. And he said he always loved it, and he always wanted to show them off. And I got to thinking, what was the one thing I loved as a kid? I could sit in front of the television as a kid when I wasn't in school, and I could sit there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock in the morning, whenever the soap operas came on. I could sit there and I could flip back between game shows. I absolutely loved it. I loved the trivia games. And then I get older, I get into on the internet, and I see YouTube, and I see these people that are broadcasting old shows that I had never seen, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. Nope, no bank on it, Paolo. Then I start watching people do their own variations of shows. I saw a couple of them. I can't remember who they were. And this was back when I was just in college. And then finally get to the point where I'm watching international game shows. And I'm sitting, because I used to work in a hotel late night, so I have the computer going on. I do Hibiki. I play with Chani Man. Chani Man runs a Ustream on Sundays. I usually, if I'm on Sundays, I go in there and I try to get in on his channels. Very nicely done, Cork. The only thing, because I love the Liar Liar game on Jackbox. I am not a fan of the drawing games. Yeah, but it's basically, the only thing is you have to do one of their games. So, which is a lot of fun. I will admit it, because like I said, I do it. I try to get on Chani Man's stream every Sunday. I try to. I don't always make it. So I wanted to go with a tribute to TV game shows, because it was, to me, is more trivia based. See, Quiplash is okay. The one I love is the Liar Game, and I'm trying to think of the name of the other one now. It's gonna come to me like after I get off. The Liar Game I find absolutely hilarious and fantastic. My only problem with Jackbox and that is I have gotten into rooms where they find it funny to use toilet humor. And that's the one thing I always try to avoid. You can ask a few of my originals that were with me. One of the things that always bugged me about Ustream was there were a lot of streams where they said, we're 18 plus or 18 and over only. And the PS4 is a family gaming system. Nope, it is not kids. The PS4 is always supposed to have been for the family. So you get all of these adult streams where they're cursing, they're going at it with the trolls, threats, this sort of thing, that sort of thing. There were very few, and I mean very few, PG-13 type stuff. There were even less PG shows. So when I started this, I promised that it was going to be family friendly. There's not much I can do when the trolls go crazy on the chat other than block them. But I'm like, I'd rather have them try to troll, fail, and participate in the games, which has been known to happen. That's the one problem I've always. This probably the only problem I have with Jackbox. Is it's a lot of fun. It's just way too often I've gone in there and I've gotten stuck in a game where they think penis jokes and boob jokes and F-bombs and things like that are funny. And it's like I'm at the point in life where I'm too old for that. If I were a 19, 20, 21 year old and I could bend the rules and get away with stuff, yeah, that's great. But when you're not in that 19 to 21 range, well, I'll say 19 to 24. We'll be nice. We'll say college kid range. You want something for you. If you're an adult, you want something for your kids that they can watch. If you're an adult, do you really want to hear about kids making poop jokes constantly? So that's what I aimed for. I aimed for the outside the college ranks. Oh, I agree, it usually is. But the one thing I promised when I started my stream was PS4 is for the family. I'm primarily on the PS4. What would I want? I would want it to be family friendly. One of my all-time great participants, Kimber, she has her fun nights. She's been caught on stream getting drunk, having parties. But when she gets on here, it's one of these streams where she's allowed to have her kids with her to watch it, and she appreciated it. Unfortunately, I haven't seen her in a while. She's probably over at GQ Smooth's having a party again tonight. You never know. It does, and like I said, that was my one problem with Jackbox. That's why I love Chinaman's stream when he does it, because he tries to stay away from it. He makes sure he gets, when he's in the conversation, he doesn't pay too much attention to anybody that's trolling him. And he's funny as can be. If you guys do have Ustream, check out So the Clown or Chani Man. He goes by both. He's always promising to work on a new character, but he's worried that his normal character is going to kind of like overshadow it. But I'll give you, for instance, I love to watch Mayor Furburger. I find him hilarious. But if I had kids with me, I would never put on his stream, ever. Because of what he discusses. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. So I always wanted to be the clean, family-friendly alternative. And that was my goal when I was on Ustream. I wanted to be interactive. I wanted to give you guys something that you're going to participate in, not just making comments and nothing happening from it. And I wanted to keep it family friendly. Well, even though I'm making the jump over to YouTube, I'm not changing that. This is what the show has always been since April. I think April 23rd is when I started. This is what the show will always be. Will I get the 150 viewers that the other streamers get? Probably not. Does it take a lot of work for those 8 streamers I have now? Absolutely. But I always said, and the guys that have been with me forever can attest to this, if I have 3 viewers on the channel, if I have 20 viewers on the channel, if I manage to have a day when I have 70 viewers on the channel, I'm going to give those 3, 20, or 70 viewers the best, cleanest, most entertaining show that I can do from one location. Yep, Lieber, I am an Astros fan. I have been since, like I said, 1987. Basically, when Will Clark knocked one out of the park on Nolan Ryan, I became an Astros fan on that pitch, and I have never looked back. Have I suffered? Oh yeah. Where's my other? I don't know where my Saints cap is. But I'm an Astros and a Saints fan. It helps when the Astros were in my neighborhood when I was living on the coast. I have been a Saints fan since I lived up in Illinois as a really young kid, since like 1972. So I have lived a life of sports struggles. About the only ones I can say have had it worse than me are Cubs fans. Hey, Lode. Okay, that's who you are. Took a second for it to kind of click. I'm sitting there like, because I knew you said you were a Jays fan, but I've had a couple other people I know on Ustream that were Jays fans. So yeah, there are times when the show's going to go. It's going to seem like it's running slow, but I'm going to try to keep talking, keep it going, and then there are times when it's just going to be. I'm going to be nonstop. Tonight I've actually kind of been somewhere in the middle because, like I said, I usually like talking about the things that are happening outside the studio. Oh, so you've been following your team longer than I've had mine. No, like I said, I am a professional football fan first, and have been since '72. And there's a reason I'm a Saints fan. And it involves my little brother, who was born in '72. So that should give you a hint right then and there. And I have been an Astros fan since '87 because when I lived on the coast, sweet, we're taking at least the first one. I can see it coming. When I lived on the coast, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, and when I lived on the coast, our school, Southern Mississippi, where I graduated from, you had 3 schools in our school: Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Southern Miss. Well, I grew up on the coast, so I'm like doing USM. It's adding the numbers because it's a YouTube issue with the chat. It's putting the ASCII code or EDBIC code. You can't do you won't be able to do quotes. Certain symbols will also add those in there. So it's always best if you stick to letters and numbers and basic punctuation. Just to let you know, it was something I didn't realize till I was on Nikki's stream today, because I always put stuff in quotes when I'm trying to emphasize it, and it stuck the EDBIC codes in there. And because I wanted to go to USM, I knew about Will Clark, who had just graduated from Mississippi State and went to San Francisco. And I'm watching the Nolan Ryan pitch, and the first thing I see when I turn on the game is Will Clark knocking one over the center of the Astrodome wall. And I'm like, all right, I don't like these guys. They're playing the Astros. I like the Astros. So that is literally how I became an Astros fan. And like I said, because I didn't watch baseball up to that point. I really didn't. I don't watch it much anymore. I watch the postseason if the Astros are playing. But to me, I won't go to a major league game. I won't watch Major League Baseball on TV because honestly, you watch 10 seconds and then nothing, 10 seconds and then nothing, and so on and so forth. I will go to minor league games. We have a couple of minor league teams around here that I would go to. I've only been to one. I haven't been over to the one in Memphis yet. That one I still want to go do. But yeah, my loves are college football, professional football, hockey, and then baseball. But like I said, it's playoffs. I'm showing off my team tonight, and it's also opening day season for the Blues. So I meant to change this after the first broadcast. I really did. I did mean to change this after the first broadcast, and I just kind of forgot. Greetings to those of you that are just dropping in. Welcome to List Wits. We are live from PlayStation's only interactive game show network. We have made the jump from Ustream to YouTube. Nope, I Bank On It is not up here alone. We are a tribute to 40s, 50s, from 40s to today game shows. We do tributes to US game shows, Canadian game shows, Australian game shows, UK game shows. Like I said, I've even got a Japanese one that's getting ready to be used, hopefully Saturday. We shall see, because like I said, I don't usually run the test on Saturday. Why don't you join parties and make well-making sounds? No. Like I said, I will get back to doing the party chats for the closed games down the road. I'm backing off of those till I get used to all the requirements for YouTube. At one point, like I said, we still don't know who was doing the whale making noises though, do we? Because it wasn't you, it wasn't Emery's, and I can't remember who else was there. Nope, Turtle, it is not Ernie Banks. That would have been a good one, except you used Banks and not Bank. That would have been a real good one to use. Because I do like sticking people on there on occasion, I will tell you right now. There are no people on this one. In fact, this one is pretty much one of those you really don't have to think outside the box. It depends, Polyps. Like I said, if you're in playing a game, then I usually don't join parties, simply because I've got other stuff that I'm working on, and I don't want to interrupt people that are like doing party chats involved in their party. So usually when I get a party invite, if I'm not in the middle of something, I always go check to see what they're doing on the friends list. Like I said, because I think there's a few of them that are I just get party chats for no reason. There were some people that I didn't even know because they were using one username and not another, and I'm like, what are they doing? Oh, it was Patty. No, see, I don't think it was Patty, because Patty's done a couple of other streams, a couple other voice chats where he didn't have the whistling sound go. Yeah, Cork was it. You were there too. See, you were there. Patty was there. Emery's was there. Polyp was there, and I think there were two other people there. And it was one of the other two. Because Patty has more fun making fun of me for not using any English questions about the UK. And the funny thing is, I get to make fun of him because I just have to figure out what game to put him on. But I have a whole document sitting somewhere. I have a whole document sitting right here in front of me with, I don't even know how many questions are on there. Let's see, how many questions do I have? There's got to be at least 20, because very nicely done, Mr. Hibiki. Give me one moment. I'm hoping I say that right. If I don't, please let me know. Because like I said, I've got to get you. I'm so used to being on Ustream and the Ustream names. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to getting some of these other names correctly pronounced. But indeed, Bank Holiday did make the list. So we are down to one item left. Like I said, you never know. As long as it fits the rules, it could be up there. Like I said, there are, and basically I do, some of them I'll do with the word phrases, and then some will be more theme-based, topic-based, and I will show you an example of one of those. We won't play it, but for those of you that are new, I will show you how the theme ones go. Oh, so you do think it was Patty, huh? So I thought there were two other people that were in there, and I thought it was one of the other ones. It might have been. It might have been Patty. Because the funny thing was, I don't know if you were with me, Cork, that one night. We had Emery's, her name was Annie, and I think one other person. Dude was there, and one other person, and all we're hearing, everybody but this one person is hearing ourselves talking back, like, so it's like we had an echo of an echo of an echo. You might have been there on that one, Court. And it was like, somebody please turn the TV down. Somebody please turn the TV down. Nope, it is not Gimme Bank, Hard Bank, Bankrupt, Federal Bank, or Money in the Bank. And I will admit, I thought this number 4 would be gone already. I really did, because it's not really that obscure. But basically what we do is we are on, other than Saturday, I will tell you guys this, other than Saturdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hey, Surf, how are we doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we always try to start at 8 p.m. Central Time. We always try to. And basically what it is, I usually start about 5 minutes early with the broadcast. But you won't see anything on the screen other than the PlayStation graphic coverings. And it's about all you'll see. And you'll hear a bunch of TV game show theme songs. That's basically what I play in the background. We start the game at 8 o'clock. Or basically we start the pre-show at 8 o'clock. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays we will have a What's My Line screen up for you. And it's basically, I will do that on every Tuesday and Thursday broadcast. And it's basically about 15 minutes of a What's My Line show. Right there on the screen, it'll reveal facts and part of a face of a picture. I do not respond to the game. It's basically something for you guys to... Yeah, but see, I couldn't flip into party chat to see if I was keeping the broadcast going. So you may be right. You may be right, Cork. It might have been Patty. And basically I spend about the first 15 minutes telling you guys what's going on in my life, what I'm doing, who I'm mad at, who I'm not mad at. And Scallop Load Lever finishes it off with Bank Vault. Very nicely done. So, you guys beat list number 2. List number 1 beat you guys tonight. You guys beat list number 2. We had bank these phrases. We had bank shot, take it to the bank, piggy bank, bank vault, bank holiday. That one I'm impressed with. That one I didn't think was going to be gotten. Bank roll, the sperm bank, which was actually like my tribute to Ustream because that's where the weird answers come from. Break the bank, banknote, and riverbank. Very nicely done, guys. I have not figured out yet how I'm going to archive the list on the website. For those of you that haven't been with me before, make sure you check out the List Wits site, check games. As the games get done on the broadcast, I try to convert them over to Flash movies, and you guys can see how the games sort of work on the website. But like I said, I'm going to show you guys what I meant by themed ones real quick, and then I'm going to wrap things up for the evening. Let's see. I got to find one real quick that I've used before. And like I said, I got a bunch of these I've already used because these go by pretty quick. I got to start making some more of these real soon. And what I have tried to do for the list is usually if something's going on, I try to theme the list to it. For instance, it's being really slow. There we go. We had a believe it or not lever. You're talking about bumper stumpers. I have one for it. We actually ran a test of it. I've got to put together some more license plates though. Saturday, the rule on Saturday is as long as Doctor Who is around, I have to watch my Doctor Who episodes. So from once the Doctor Who episode gets off the air, I try to get down here as quick as I can. But my goal on Saturdays is always to start at 9:30 in the evening, Central Time. So all the times are Central Time. Hey, General, how you doing tonight? But yeah, just to give you an example, I'm trying to find one of my theme ones real quick. I'll use the theme one from last Thursday, just so you guys can see. But for instance, we have here just specific types of dance. Well, like I said, Cork, I'm going to see the guy Saturday getting paid, and I don't know how long it'll take him to make them. Because, like I said, it just depends on how busy he is. And I'm just going to reveal these ones for you. And basically, this is an example of a themed list. You see 10 different types of dance. This is what we used on Thursday. But yeah, like I said, the bumper stumper one I do have set up. We've actually run it once. It was a test night run. I just haven't had time to go in and make any more license plates. That's probably the hardest part of that one, because I actually go use actual license plates from Canada and the United States to make them. There's a site called the Acme Factory with a license plate maker, and you basically put in whatever you want it to be, and you do it. I am getting ready to close things down for tonight, General. Got to get ready and go into work tomorrow like usual. I am enjoying the fact that my boys are ahead in the 8th inning, 4-2. Hopefully they can hold on to it. Hey, Canal. Nope, I didn't put the Carlton on there. I did not put the Carlton on there. And I think I actually put this together one day when I was watching TV, and the only thing on was Dancing with the Stars. So I just basically made this list up right then and there. Some of them are quick to make, some of them take a little longer, because I actually have about 3 lists on here where I'm still trying to figure out word number 9 and number 10. Actually, I have one here I'm looking at. I only have 7 on it so far, because it's one of those where it's just not actually working like I was hoping it would work. But let me go find. Let me close this one out, and I will show you, Lever, the one I do have. I don't think I've archived it yet, so I would have to show it to you on the broadcast. So give me 1 minute. Sweet! Now we just need to hold it together in the 9th, and I'll be happy. Let me go see if I can find this, and I'll show you an example for those of you that haven't been with us before. A sample of a game show. And I'm not going to run the game show because, like I said, all I got to do is get this one archived is what I have to do. But I got to find it first. Because if it's on the small drive, then I can't do it. And if it's on the big drive, then I can do this. All right, hello, Brazil. But yeah, we will be here 9:30 Saturday night Central Time. We're here at 8 o'clock Central Time Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, let's see if it opens. Just so long can see what I have. And this just goes to show you, if you guys know a game show you want me to try to make, I will try it. I won't guarantee it, but I will try it. Oh, this one, yeah, this one I do have. Okay. Just as a for instance, just so you can see, as you can see, we have bumper stumpers. And basically, I tweaked it a little so that you will see 4 license plates. I would read off the job or person. And I think this was one I did as a team. I actually did this one as a team, where you had yourself and one other player on one team. And I think we had 4 teams. We would do 4 teams. And basically read off a clue. Let's see what we have here. We have. Oh, let me think. I gotta find one. This. For instance, just off of these four, any visitor to Vegas might have this plate. Any visitor to Vegas might have this plate. And then I did this one pretty much like the TV show. Player one, when they knew which one, thought they knew which one was, would call it out. And then their teammate would have so much time in which to decipher it. For instance, in this case, any visitor to Vegas might have this plate. Is actually, see, this is the old version, because this one doesn't have everything working right. This one does not have everything working right. So, for instance, let's just say Loaf and Cork were on a team. Cork knows the answer, thinks he knows which license plate is. Any visitor to Vegas might have this plate. Cork gives me a license plate that he thinks is the right one. As soon as he gives it to me, his teammate has so much time in which to decipher it. I think it's like a minute, like 90 seconds on this one. I think is an example. Oh, I've had mine longer too, Cork. The funny thing was, it was originally under my real name, and I figured once I was making this change, I was changing the name of it. So, for instance, if Cork knew that any visitor to Vegas might have this plate, and he says it's the Louisiana plate, 13579U, then you as his teammate would have to decipher what he picked. And I wouldn't have to tell you if he picked the right one or not. In this case, it's the odds are against you. Any visitor to Vegas might have this plate, 13579U. The odds are against you. And that's how it was set up. So there's an example of one that we do, that I can tell you right now we have based on bumper stumpers. And like I said, right now my list that I have, because like I said, I'm working on the Russian roulette one. Like I said, I'm working on that one. That one's a little harder than I thought it was going to be. But right now, let me see how many I have on my list. Because honestly, I don't know. Right now I have 34 games with variants in them. And like I said, some are US games, some are UK games, a couple of Canadian ones, and there are some really older ones. For instance, actually I'll say I only have 33 because I don't have the Millionaire game working yet. For instance, if you knew Wheel of Fortune, you know there was a version before Wheel of Fortune called $1 Million Chance of a Lifetime, which is the version I actually use, that I have tweaked to make the game shows. But ladies and gentlemen, it is now going on 10:15. We've been on the air 2¼ hours. I figure we're going to wrap things up tonight. I want to thank those of you that are new to the channel. Again, if you like game shows or you know anybody that likes television game shows, please have them stop by. Hey, Bobby, how are we doing tonight? I am doing well. I am doing real well. Please have them stop by, follow me, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, from here on out, we're doing everything on YouTube. There will be no more Ustream List Wits. So, like I said, I got to change the List Wits logo a little bit. So, Cork and Miami will probably get the only shirts that are sort of incorrect, besides mine, with the Ustream statement on it. I am in the process of filling up the prize pile. Once I get the prize pile finished up, I'm going to finish getting some new games created, or the games completely created, and we will be doing the 24-hour stream. and the 24-hour stream will also be on YouTube. So we are making the complete jump. I know a lot of people that are on Ustream that were following me probably don't like that, but like I said, I've had enough with the dickering with Ustream being ridiculously slow and so on and so forth. And I think the chat is still going pretty well, actually. I haven't even looked at the timing. 2:15. I think that it might have slowed down just a little bit. It might have slowed down a little bit, but right now it looks like the chat on YouTube is definitely working, which was one of my big things I was hoping for. Yep, I'm wrapping things up here, Bobby. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for being with us tonight on the second ever YouTube for List Wits. We will be back on Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Got to get my Doctor Who fix in. And as always, I give you guys the speech I give everybody else on my other broadcasts. Picking an answer in life is the easiest thing in the world. Making that choice, standing by that choice, and making the right choice is not only the hardest thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wish you guys a good night, and we will see you guys on Saturday. And yes, General, to answer your question, I am on a PS4. So if you guys want to get in touch with me, you can friend me, you can follow me, send me a PSN message, let me know. Check out the List Wits community page. The List Wits community page will basically be one trivia question pretty much once a day, and the answer for the previous day will go up after it. It's basically whatever time I get on during the night, I'll put the question up, and then the next day I'll put the answer to that question and a new question up. So again, send me a request for the List Wits community page. Follow us on YouTube. Gotta make sure I quit saying the other one. Check out the webpage, listwits at x10host.com, and please follow. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wish y'all a good night, and we will see you on Saturday.
Text to speech unavailable here.